dark wings against the sky. Streets lead over or around every hill, but today not one holds a single track of boot or tire. Yet, from the clutter of smelt shacks on the cove ice rises one thin stroke of smoke. All night, once again, the old man's been out there alone, happy to fish small gleams of silence from the river's frozen mouth. Sonnet replacing Tuesday. When I close my eyes, my head fills with nameless blue flowers. An orchid unfolds white petals into pages untouched by poems. When I close my eyes, geological epochs converge. Chains of golden savannas are strung with ice, green forests and pomegranate seeds, occasional volcanoes, flame and ash. When I close my eyes, my mind is white with your smile and blossoms of quiet laughter. My fingers dream of trailing in the long, dark river of your hair. They envy the smooth song of coral in your ears, and how turquoise touches your throat like the sea. Okay, the last section of the book is called The Book of Hours, which is based, the title is taken from old books of religious prayers, series of prayers to say at various times during the day or week or year, etc. And the poems in it vary. There's some attempts at translation of Lorca, for instance, and of an Italian poet named Eugenio Montelli. I'm probably only going to read 3 or 4 from this and then finish up and get the musicians back up. Because, as a wise man once told me, the mind can only absorb what the ass can stand.
I can't laugh, I'm holding the camera. Don't say anything funny.
Lorca, Federico Garcia Lorca is one of the poets that I keep coming back and back and back to. And this is a poem I wrote with him in mind, and it begins, there's a little quotation from him at the beginning. It simply says, "Such deserts of light were crumbling." Lorca again, alone in the desert of light as always, breaks off his fingers to splinter into needles. Sews the night to his shoulders as wings, as a cape of wide blood, woven from horn, and the splash of water over corpses scented with memory. Lorca again, building the night, consumed by the moon's white mouth, by the moon's stomach acids. The night that falls like a knife edge between retina, and the echo of fingertips fading into sea foam and moss and the green commerce of days. Again and again, Lorca, always Lorca, returns from laments on the broken legs of dreams to dance against the violent sun, to sing the favorite songs of the dead, to sing the sketchy physics of ascension, ballads of the ceaseless wings of bees and how hummingbirds havoc silence. In the desert of light, his bone needles click like castanets, stitch furious words. He measures the throat of language for water, for the deep drink of song drawn from pipes of fragrant silence. And oh, watch as he measures his shoulders against the sky, overwhelms the horizon. As always, Lorca again. He is the wind come rattling like yesterday's love. Like a parade of skeletons of kisses, and ecstatic starings, near misses, sudden tremblings, and dew too heavy for grass it bent and fell from. He is the wind rattling at leaves locked in green, and the way it pries up the wings of crows and gulls, as a boy might lift rocks to peer at what scurries beneath. Okay, and this is the Eugenio Montale poem. The title translates as The Lemons or the Lemon Trees. I'll tell you this. Poets laureate are the type who wander among trees we rarely see or touch. Boxwood, privet, acanthus. But me, I'd rather follow roads that turn into grassy fields and ditches, where boys splash through drying puddles to snatch at thin, quick eels. Paths that stitch the banks of fields, trail away between tufted reeds, and lead you down into the orchards among the lemon trees. It's best when commotions of little birds fade away into the blue-throated sky. You hear more clearly how branches whisper as friends and lovers in air that hardly stirs. And you almost decipher that aroma which belongs utterly to soil and falls sweet and restless in the heart. Here some miracle quiets the long war between our passion and our grief. Here we, the poor, finally touch a part of wealth, and it is the fragrance of lemon trees. Look, in these silences things seem near to giving themselves up and giving away the last secret. At times we believe we're about to discover one mistake of nature, a blank still spot in the world, the link we might break, the yarn we might finally untangle here and find ourselves halfway to truth. The eyes rummage through everything. The mind looks for patterns that dissipate in the perfume that spreads further and further as the day fades. These are the silences where we see in every human shadow the movement of some restless divinity. But the illusion fails, and time chases us back to raucous cities, where blue is seen only in pieces high up, between roofs and chimneys. And then rain wears the earth out, and winter piles boredom onto the houses. Daylight gets stingy, the soul bitter. Until one day, through a half-closed gate, among the thin green of trees in a courtyard, you see the lemons flare yellow. And in the valves of your heart the ice cracks, and your chest floods with torrents of song, spilled from the golden trumpets of sunlight. Okay, I'm going to read one more, and then if anybody wants to buy... Steve had said that there were copies of my books. He was wrong. It's not copies of my books, only copies of this one. I don't know actually where you can find copies of the other two these days, maybe in used bookstores or propping up furniture. Which I actually like the thought of, especially used to level a pool table. That'd be great. Four Songs of the Willow. The willow in April considers the transit of Saturn and ponders the long chances of tremulous green. In July, the green willow dances with white-throated stars, embraces the wind and whispers at midnight, "Remember, remember this tune." The wind in November sings through the blue light of evenings, where crows are a heavy dark fruit, muttering and muttering in elms, while the willow is weeping. The willow is weeping, the willow is weeping for all they have seen. In February, the willow trails down her bare branches, trails down her frail branches, and questions the moon. Thank you very much, folks.